want to share some information with you about your book group discussions, which is the first part of this assignment. So you are going to, I want to show you first the rubric before we really get into it, because I always think the rubric is the best place to start. So go to Progress, go down to Rubrics, and then you're going to see the list of rubrics for the course. You want book group discussion / presentation. Now, the part that I really only want you to focus on right now is this part. I will talk more about the other parts later on. So don't worry, we'll get there. But really, I want you to think about this discussion part. It counts for about 25%, not about, exactly 25% of your overall score on this assignment. So the requirements are that you read and you participate in the discussions. Now, if you just rotely answer the questions, that's what I would consider effective. And so you are going to be in that mid-range. Basically, that means you complete everything by the due date, you answer the questions, and it's obvious that you read the book and that you make some personal connections to the reading that you're doing. However, a highly effective discussion is way more interactive than that. And so you're making connections. You're doing all of those things I just said, but you're also interacting with other people, listening to their contributions, maybe hashing out some things like looking at different perspectives. How does that fit into yours? Commenting on their experiences, their contributions that they share. How does this connect with other content that you've learned or different experiences that you have? So it's just much richer and deeper. That is kind of hard to do on the default way to do this. I'm just going to tell you that straight up. So really just doing the default method is really not my favorite method. So if you will go to Module 3, I'm going to show you the default method, and that is to do it's a discussion board. So basically you read your assigned readings, and then you post answers to the questions, making sure that you're making those personal connections. And again, that it's apparent that you've read and thought about the content that you were assigned. So it's pretty straightforward. You would have to do that by Sunday. So standard deadlines, okay? Works just like a discussion board. If you do that and you go beyond that and maybe interacting with each other more and things like that, then you can score up in the higher range of that effective, or even maybe highly effective, depending on the quality of the discussions. However, the preferred method would really be to have an actual discussion. So what I would suggest is going in, somebody set up the Zoom, go in and set up a time where you have an actual discussion. The advantages of that is they tend to be much more natural, much richer, much deeper. And honestly, I think they take less time. The downside to doing it that way is that you have to find a time where all of you can meet and all of you agree to meet and all of you show up. Once you do that, you do need to record those if you choose that option. And you can either post the recording link in the discussion board instead of a discussion, or you can email them to me. Either way is fine. Just one person needs to email the recording link. I don't need every single person to do it. So those are really the main two choices that people choose. I far prefer the second choice. However, I understand that a lot of you are very busy and time constraints may make that near to impossible. I will tell you that almost everybody that chooses that does end up on the higher end of scoring on the rubric. It's really the only way to kind of lose points on that is just not to show up or not to participate very much. Also, I will tell you that if people do not post or do anything after Module 2, or the second Module 4 actually, because you do this Module 3, 4, and 5, I will pull you from the group and have you work individually, which is more work. So make sure you're doing your part and participating with this. I will talk more about the discussion soon.